You're watching Past Perfect, where America's greatest legends return in vivid detail. This nation was not only carried by presidents, but also by the women who stood beside them in triumph and in tragedy. Jacqueline Kennedy, Eleanor Roosevelt, Mary Todd Lincoln, Francis Cleveland. Names etched in elegance, resilience, scandal, and courage. But our number one remains a voice of fearless honesty, a first lady who faced her demons and spoke for millions. That's why in this countdown, we begin at number 20 and ascend through 20 women who redefined what it meant to be first lady. With AI and history reborn, we reveal America's first ladies as you've never seen them before. If you enjoy this journey through the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. So, stand tall beneath the stars and stripes, and let the countdown begin. Number 20. Lou Hoover, born 1874, died 1944. A woman of intellect and adventure, she studied geology at Stanford and spoke fluent Mandarin. She climbed mountains with courage long before stepping into the White House. As First Lady, she faced the storm of the Great Depression, balancing elegance with tireless service. Through the Girl Scouts and quiet acts of defiance, she inspired young women to lead with strength. Though history often overlooked her, her spirit remains that of a trailblazer. From hidden strength and modern vision, we move to number 19. Number 19. Bess Truman, born 1885, died 1982. A quiet strength from Independence, Missouri, she stood beside Harry Truman through war and peace. She disliked the spotlight, yet became the anchor of a presidency born in crisis. Plain-spoken and loyal, she offered advice in private that shaped her husband's choices. Her calm steadiness brought dignity, even as the world reeled from the final days of war. Not a seeker of fame, but a symbol of constancy in turbulent times. From steadfast loyalty in the shadows, we turn to number 18. Number 18. Pat Nixon, born 1912, died 1993. Called Pat for her St. Patrick's Day birth, she rose from hardship to the nation's grand stage. As First Lady, she traveled widely, bringing warmth and diplomacy to a divided world. Yet history remembers her most for the silence she kept during Watergate. Graceful but burdened, she carried loyalty through scandal and heartbreak. Behind her calm smile was quiet resilience, a woman defined by endurance more than words. From dignity in storm and silence, we now move to number 17. Number 17. Mamie Eisenhower, born 1896, died 1979. With her trademark bangs and pearls, she became the image of 1950s elegance. She charmed the public with pink dresses and poise, a first lady who embodied post-war glamour. Yet beyond the style was steadiness, a partner who gave Dwight Eisenhower comfort in turbulent years. Her warmth and hospitality set the tone, making the White House feel like home again. A symbol of grace in an era of optimism, her legacy shines in quiet strength. From pearls and post-war poise, we turn to number 16. Number 16. Edith Wilson, born 1872, died 1961. When Woodrow Wilson suffered a stroke, she quietly took the reins of power. Behind closed doors, she decided which papers reached him, earning whispers as the secret president. Her watchful presence blurred the line between First Lady and Commander. To some, she was guardian of a nation, to others, a usurper in disguise. History remembers her as the most powerful First Lady, a shadowed figure of loyalty and ambition. If you're enjoying this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps keep history alive. From the hand behind the president's pen, we move to number 15. Number 15. Helen Taft, born 1861, died 1943. She dreamed not of quiet duty, but of influence and culture in the White House. Helen introduced music to its halls, bringing concerts and refinement to the nation's stage. Her greatest legacy bloomed in Washington, the cherry trees she secured from Japan, a gift that still blossoms every spring. Behind her, elegance was ambition, a first lady who shaped public life with subtle power. Though her health faltered, her imprint on the Capitol remained forever fragrant. From blossoms of grace and vision, we turn to number 14. Number 14. Caroline Harrison, born 1832, died 1892. A teacher and artist, she brought refinement and charity to the White House. She championed women's education and worked to raise funds for the daughters of the American Revolution. Her touch modernized the presidential mansion, from electricity to running water in its halls. Yet her years as First Lady were brief, cut short by illness while still in service. History often forgets her name, but her quiet devotion left its mark. From a heart of duty and charity, we now look to number 13. Number 13. Sarah Polk, born 1803, died 1891. Sharp-minded and deeply devout, she became her husband's closest advisor. In an era when women were expected to remain silent, she read political reports, shaped policy, and guided James K. Polk's hand. Known as the First Lady of the South, she refused dancing and wine, but embraced power behind the scenes. Her influence was quiet, but undeniable, a partner who helped steer the presidency through turbulent years. When her husband died, she wore black for the rest of her long life, a widow guarding both memory and legacy. From intellect and influence behind the throne, we step onward to number 12. Number 12. Julia Tyler, born 1820, died 1889. At just 24 years old, she became First Lady after marrying widowed President John Tyler. Charming and bold, she dazzled Washington with her waltzes and flair for ceremony. But admiration came with scandal. Her youth Catholic faith and sudden rise drew controversy. She embraced her role, fully expanding the image of the First Lady as a public figure. Julia brought style and spectacle, turning the White House into a stage of influence. From the whirl of waltzes and whispers, we now arrive at number 11. Number 11. Mary Todd Lincoln, born 1818, died 1882. Brilliant, ambitious, and deeply troubled, she entered the White House at the dawn of Civil War. She stood beside Abraham Lincoln through triumph and tragedy, a partner in both vision and heartbreak. But grief haunted her, losing children, enduring whispers of madness, and bearing the weight of assassination. Her life was a storm of brilliance and sorrow, a First Lady forever marked by history's darkest hour. If you're moved by these stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us bring more of history back to life. From tragedy and shadowed halls, we rise toward the foundations of number 10. Number 10. Martha Washington, born 1731, died 1802. The very First Lady, she set the model for all who followed. A wealthy widow before meeting George Washington, she brought grace and stability to a fledgling nation. Through harsh winters at Valley Forge, she comforted soldiers and stitched the fabric of morale. Her role carried no guidebook, yet she gave the presidency a human face. Beloved as Lady Washington, she became a living symbol of the new republic. From the nation's matriarch, we move to number 9. Number 9. Abigail Adams, born 1744, died 1818. A woman of sharp intellect, she filled her letters with wit, wisdom, and resolve. Remember, the lady she urged her husband, calling for women's rights as America took shape. She guided John Adams with counsel, standing as his closest advisor in both war and presidency. Her pen carried vision beyond her time, planting seeds of equality not yet ready to bloom. Respected as mother, thinker, and patriot, she left a legacy of words that still inspire. From the strength of her voice on parchment, we now turn to number 8. Number 8. Angelica Van Buren, born 1818, died 1877. Not a president's wife, but his daughter-in-law, she became First Lady for Martin Van Buren. Young and elegant, she dazzled Washington society with style and refinement. Her European travels shaped her tastes, bringing continental grace to American halls. Yet her tenure was brief, cut short by political defeat and fading memory. Though often overlooked in history, she left a glimpse of youth and glamour in the White House. From fleeting elegance and quiet intrigue, we move to number 6. Number 7. Dolley Madison, born 1768, died 1849. With charm and brilliance, she transformed the White House into a stage of diplomacy. Her receptions became legendary, where politics softened over tea, laughter, and elegance. When the British burned Washington in 1814, she saved George Washington's portrait, securing a symbol of the nation's soul. Dolley brought unity in an era of division, her grace smoothing the rough edges of politics. Known as the Queen of Washington, she defined the role of First Lady for generations to come. From the sparkle of diplomacy and courage, we step forward to number 7. Number 6. Frances Cleveland, born 1864, died 1947. At just 21, she became the youngest First Lady, captivating the nation with beauty and charm. Her marriage to Grover Cleveland drew fascination and scandal, a whirlwind romance played out before the public eye. Beloved for her elegance, she balanced youth with dignity in a role watched by millions. Her style and poise left an enduring image of First Lady forever linked with grace and intrigue. If you're enjoying this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps bring more legends back to life. From youth and scandal beneath the spotlight, we rise now to number 5. Number 5. Edith Roosevelt, born 1861, died 1948. With quiet strength and sharp intellect, she steadied Theodore Roosevelt's larger-than-life energy. She expanded the White House, creating the modern West Wing still used today. A devoted mother of 6, she turned the executive mansion into a bustling family home. Her sense of order and tradition balanced the whirlwind of her husband's presidency. Edith's influence was subtle, yet lasting, a First Lady who shaped the home of power itself. From order and family at the nation's heart, we now move to number 4. Number 4. Eleanor Roosevelt, born 1884, died 1962. The most influential First Lady of them all, she redefined the role with courage and conviction. Eleanor spoke for human rights, touring factories, schools, and war zones with unshakable resolve. She held press conferences, wrote columns, and gave a public voice to the voiceless. After the White House, she carried on helping draft the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Criticized, admired, and never ignored, she stood as the conscience of a generation. From the power of principle and compassion, we turn now to number 3. Number 3. Lucretia Garfield, born 1832, died 1918. A quiet, scholarly woman, she preferred books and study to the limelight. Her time as First Lady was tragically brief, cut short, when President James Garfield was struck by an assassin's bullet. For months, she stayed at his side, a symbol of loyalty and heartbreak to the nation. After his death, she withdrew from public life, living in grief, yet preserving his legacy. Though history often passes her by, her devotion remains a testament to love in the face of tragedy. From sorrow and steadfast devotion, we ascend to number 2. Number 2. Jacqueline Kennedy, born 1929, died 1994. With elegance and poise, she became the most iconic First Lady of the modern age. Her style and grace captivated the world, turning the White House into a showcase of art and history. She restored its rooms with care, preserving heritage for future generations. But tragedy struck in Dallas, and her calm presence in grief became immortal. The world remembered her not only for beauty, but for courage in the darkest hour. From timeless elegance and eternal sorrow, we arrive now at number 1. Number 1. Betty Ford, born 1918, died 2011. Candid, courageous, and unafraid, she broke taboos by speaking openly about addiction and breast cancer. Her honesty shocked America, but also gave hope to countless families in silence. Betty became a symbol of recovery and resilience, founding the Betty Ford Center and changing lives far beyond politics. She redefined the First Lady's voice not as ornamental, but as fearless and real. Thank you for joining this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps keep history alive. From crowns of courage to whispers of scandal, these 20 First Ladies remind us that history is never silent. It lives on in the women who stood beside power and often became power themselves. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Past Perfect for more history brought to life.